Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is David. If you can hear me and see my screen, if you just type in the questions box, like where you're from, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Lanny. Irene from San Francisco. Lanny, it was from New Mexico. Scott is from San Francisco Bay. All right, so we're going to get started here in a few minutes. We have people starting to pile in now. I think that you're really going to like what I have to show you. So just be a little patient. We're going to give it a couple more minutes. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Kushner, and I am going with Right Line Trading, and I'm going to do a presentation on the money flow tracker software that I've been using for a couple of years now, very successfully. And if you're here, probably means that you're having problems making money in the markets. So what you're going to see is totally unique, totally different. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right. First of all, let's do the disclaimer. Basically, you must be aware of risk and be willing to accept them, and don't invest in the futures and options market. Don't trade for money you can't afford to lose. Neither solicitation or an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No solicitation. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed in this website. The past performance of any trading system methodology is not indicative of future results. Everything we talk about in this webinar is for educational purposes only, and we're going to get started. So who am I? Well, I started with Right Line Trading about 3 years ago, and it's been about a year now that I've been running their prop trading room. I don't usually get involved with promoting software or anything unless I really totally 110% use it, making money with it, and so who am I? So my name is David Kushner. I've been trading the markets for over 20 plus years. I've traded stocks, options, futures, and I traded Forex for over 12 years. My background is I was in the automotive parts business that I started when I was 18 years old, and I had that business for 28 years before I sold it in 2005, and since then I've been trading full time. So like most of you, you have a whole shelf full of indicators and trading systems that came with a lot of empty promises of helping me become a more profitable and more consistent trader. So when I saw the webinar that Mark Sachs did, and I saw the money flow tracker, I quickly realized that this methodology is not based around the same old indicators that everybody else teaches, but they're based on mathematical modeling and artificial intelligence and triple and quadruple screen analysis. So now I only trade with institutional money flow, and it's made me a more profitable and much more consistent trader. And now we're running over a 70% win rate. Okay. So currently I'm trading 6 prop accounts. So this is what we're going to be going over. All right. So in this webinar, I'm going to be I am going to show you how to pass the evaluations and become a funded trader, how the money flow tracker software works, the high probability setups, the unbreakable rules to follow. And when I mean unbreakable, we don't break the rules, and how we sidestep losing trades on breakouts. So for those who stay till the end, we have a very special discount and a bunch of extra software with incredible free bonuses. Okay, so let's get started. Because I don't want to waste your time. I value your time, as much as I value my time. So I want to get into the webinar and show you what we're doing. So what do you need to create trading success? You need 4 things. First of all, you need software that will provide you with a competitive edge over all other traders. And we say other traders, we mean retail traders, because we don't consider ourselves retail traders. We consider ourselves institutional traders, because the second thing is you need an edge that is tracking the direction of money flow, and not just any money flow, but institutional money flow. Number 3, you need etched in stone rules to follow, and this will eliminate discretion. And number 4, which I believe is the biggest one, is you need patience to let the trade set up. So I'm going to break down the system in detail. I'm going to kind of go a little quick through it, because I got a lot to show. So let's get going. So before we get started, I'm just going to show you a few trades that we've been taking every day. So here's a couple of trades on Amazon, 104% profit, QS, 238% profit, AMC, and this is with trading options, these trades. Okay, Costco, Fastly. This was a trade that we took on the 30-year bonds, and it ran all day, and we had to close it before the end of the day.
and that's 41 ticks. Well, bonds is 31.25 a tick. So that's a great trade. Here's a trade on the euro that we took for 56 ticks. It was a $700 trade per contract. But first, I want to share my track record. So every day I download, let me get my program up here and let me log in. Every day I do a performance report and I download all my trades into this piece of software that I've been using now for since the end of June when I first found out about it. Right? So this is what I use. So this is this month. Okay. Now this month has been extremely, especially the last couple of weeks, extremely choppy. Right? Very choppy month. Right? But so far for the month, we're up $5,100 so far for the month. And it's been extremely choppy. And we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 days that we didn't trade. So 4 out of 15 days we didn't take any trades. Why? Because we didn't have any setups, right? So for the week, this week, right? If I go down here and look at monthly reports, it shows me my weekly reports. So we did, for this week, we did $3,130. Last week, we were basically flat. The week before, we did $2,062, right? But this is where I really want to show you, because this really tells the story. This is our equity curve from January 1st till yesterday, okay? So when you look at this, you can see that it's been choppy, you know, and then all of a sudden this week, you know, we had a big bump up in our equity curve. But you want an equity curve that goes from the lower left to the high right. Okay, so when you look at this and you look at the trades, and we can go back to April, even April was choppy. These days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in April, we didn't take any trades. But what did we do in April? In April, we did almost $6,000. And that's not trading 6 out of 20 trading days. So the thing that I really love about the software is it keeps you out of the markets on crappy, sideways, non-trending days. And to me, these days that we didn't take any trades is a win. Alrighty? So, you know, I could show you, you know, here are all my trades journaled. Okay, every day I download my trades, I go in here, I upload the Excel file, and it puts my trades into this program. So here is April, here is March. 1, 2, 3, 3 days in a row we didn't take a trade. That is patience and discipline. But then on Thursday we got 1,800, and then Friday we did 119. So we did almost $2,000, and we only traded 2 out of 5 days. So let me go ahead and put this away. All right, so it's likely you're having problems making money. Why are you having problems making money? Because you don't have the proper tools to efficiently manage your trades. You overtrade. This is the big one. You revenge trade, because I'm down for the day, so I got to keep trading. I got to get back to at least break even, and then you lose more, and you lose more, and you lose more, and then you make impulsive trading decisions, and it's just a downward spiral. Hey, look, I've done it. I'll admit to it. You know, you lack consistency. You trade with indicators that lag price. You lack a mathematical proven trading methodology. And all these things lead up to blowing trading accounts. So my commitment to you for coming here and spending time with me an hour on a Saturday is to bring this to an end, right? So why do most traders fail? Because they're trading with price action, MACD, Elliott wave, divergence signals, price patterns, Fibonacci gains, Gann theory. you know what? I can pull Fibonacci levels from any swings, and I guarantee you I'll get something to line up. Somewhere, something will line up. So none of these have any future predictive properties. So Mark Sachs is the one that developed this software. He's had 8+, probably even more, I think a lot more than 8 years, study in the field of applied mathematics. And this has allowed him to engineer the software system and trade methodology that can radically change your trading performance and grow your trading account. Why? Because we're trading with institutional money flow. We're not trading with retail traders. We're trading with institutions, hedge funds, the guys that move the market. And when they're not moving the market and the market is choppy, we're not trading. That's the bottom line. So it's likely you've never seen a system like this in the past because it's totally unique. And between all our trading rooms, we have 500 traders that we trade with using the software every day and, you know, shoulder to shoulder. And I got to tell you something, some of my traders in my trading room are do better than I do. Why? Because they're trading, maybe trading other markets or whatever, but you know, I have to be very conservative in my trading because when I call out a trade in the room, I have to make sure everything is lined up and everything is in line. Some people will trade without certain things. That's up to them, taking on more risk. But I have a responsibility in the trade room to call out trades that are qualified according to the rules. Okay, so what do the markets consist of? Many small retail traders, which are the little marbles, and then the large institutional traders, which is the big purple bowling ball, right? And that big purple bowling ball is always running over the little marbles. And that's what happened. And that's why most people have trouble making money in the market. It's easy to make money in the market when it's trending, but the markets don't trend as much as they go sideways. Alrighty. So we're going to be talking about the money flow tracker trading system. So the money flow tracker trading system has 3 key metrics that determine money flow. The first one is triple screen assessment of order flow. The second one, and I'll get into the triple screen assessment and you'll understand, is triple screen assessment of correlative markets using our neural network or artificial intelligence. And 3, it's a triple screen assessment of the Laguerre momentum. So what do I mean by triple screen assessment? Well, we have our trading chart is the one screen, and then we have two higher time frames, and they're all by multiple of 3s. So if you're trading a 2-minute chart, your middle time frame is going to be a 6-minute, and your higher time frame is going to be an 18-minute. So 3 times 6 is 18. And we have, you know, we use Unirenko, so we use an 18 and 13 range. All right. So the first most powerful force that moves price is the triple screen assessment of order flow. So when people think of order flow, the first thing they think of is these type of candles with all these numbers on the top, on the bottom, on the side, in the columns. It's like it would drive you nuts to try to figure all this out. Sergio has programmed all this information to a very easy to read and determine way of looking at order flow, right? We like to keep things simple. All right, so what do we mean by triple screen assessment of order flow? Well, we must have order flow on both higher time frames and the trading chart. So they have to all be going in the same direction. I like to call it a 3 time frame buy or a 3 time frame sell. It's just easier to understand, right? And what it's doing is it's looking at the delta of each candle on the 2 higher multiple charts, and it places these values into a 15-period SMA. Now, this is not a standard 15-period SMA. It's got some algorithm built into it. It's got a smoothing effect into it. It's a proprietary indicator, and it works very well. Okay, so the next thing, the second most powerful thing that moves price is the triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY. And again, when we have, and I can't show it here because the market's closed and the wicks don't stay in the candles in the history. It's a Ninja Trader thing. It doesn't allow the wicks to stay. So I have some screenshots that I will share with you. But basically, we have the candles and then we have the wicks inside the candle, because Uniranko bars are a little deceiving. So as we get acceleration, right, you see the wicks get smaller. And the same things to the downside, the wicks get smaller, right? So what we did is we developed the modified LIQUIDITY, and we took all these indicators, added an algorithm, and developed the modified LIQUIDITY, right? So this is the modified LIQUIDITY on the bottom. Okay, it does not show divergence like all other oscillators, but it just shows the strength of the trend, right? So again, we need triple screen. We need to have the modified LIQUIDITY going in the same direction on 3 time frames, which give us our triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY, the momentum, right? So what we did was we took the percent Ks on all the time frame multiples, and we did the same thing. We added some smoothing effect. We added some algorithm to it that looks at certain things. I don't even know what it is. I just don't care anymore. I used to be worried, well, what is this telling me, this and that, why do I get so involved in what it's doing? Just forget about all that. Just trade the system, right? So, and then we put them in, a percent K and, in these colors, right? So this is the modified LIQUIDITY. So when you have the, what do you call it? So when this line here on the bottom, I don't know if, can you guys see my mouse? So when this line here crosses below 20, this is going to turn red. Okay, thanks, David. When it crosses above 20 and is going up, it's going to be lime green. When it crosses above 80, it will turn dark green. When it crosses below 80 and is sloping down, it will turn orange. And then you see it started sloping up, so it turned lime green. Okay? So once it reaches above 80, it will, and stays there, it will stay green until it goes below. So it went briefly below here and it turned orange. Right? So the next thing is the acceleration dots. So once this is pinned at 100, we get these acceleration dots. Once it's pinned here at 0, we get these acceleration dots, right? So now let's talk about the third most powerful force moves price, is our quant lines and our neural networks. So we have 2 quant lines. What are the quant lines? So we have 2 quant lines, a long term and a short term. So the quant lines are taking 28 market components, and they're examined by the AI system for correlation. Now, correlation is probably the most important thing. You want to trade, the old saying, a rising tide floats all boats. Well, that's what you want to do. You want to trade when the institutions are buying the indexes, and you won't want to trade when you want to take them short when the institutions are taking them short. So if you look at this, here the euro was going down, this was red, it turned around and went up, and it's turned green, but we want to have the Australian dollar, the Japanese yen, the Great British pound. We want to see these markets going up and down together, okay, because that is powerful, more powerful than you realize. And people don't realize this, and they don't even know about this, right? So then we took it a step further, and we added our C2 indicator. Now the C2 indicator brings in a 4th time frame. So now we're not just looking at 3 time frame buys, we're talking about, instead of triple screen analysis, now we're quadruple screen analysis. So we're looking at the 4th time frame. So we're looking at a 4 time frame buy or a 4 time frame sell signal. And using the C2 has kept us out of a lot of bad trades, right? So putting it all together, I went over the components real quick. You know what? You don't need to worry about it. I told you how they work, what they do, but it's easier than you really think, right? So this is the money flow tracker software trading system. So the rules and the setups. So here are the rules and the setups. And I worked a long time on these slides. So this is what we're looking for. The first thing we're looking for is either green or dark pink background. And that gives us the 3 time frames in agreement. The next thing we're looking for. So rule number 1, the colored background. Rule number 2, the C2 indicator, which is displayed as a stair-stepping line. Green going up, stair-stepping line, red going down, right? So when you bring in the C2 indicator, now you have a 4 time frame buy and a 4 time frame sell condition, right? The next rule, the trend line, which is the solid line, needs to be above the 15, right? So it needs to be above the 15 going long, and it will be below the 15 going short. That's an important rule because it keeps you out of chop. And when these lines are diverging like this, it's really powerful signals. The 4th time frame. So we have our pivots lines. We have it's either going to be dashed red lines or dashed blue lines. Alrighty. So this is when we trade a breakout of a pivot, we need to have a pullback candle. So the wick in the candle, it has to have a pullback candle. Right? So once we have a pullback candle, the candle starts pulling about halfway through the bar, we place an order to buy on up close. Right? So that's rule number 4. Rule number 5, the quant lines. They either both have to be green or they both have to be red. We don't trade on yellow because when they're on yellow means that the markets aren't correlated enough. The short term will turn yellow quicker, obviously, than the longer term. Rule number 6, the multiple time frame LIQUIDITY needs to be in agreement. So we have green on the short-term quant, we have green on the long-term quant, and we have green on the LIQUIDITY. Number 7, the modified LIQUIDITY must be in agreement and pinned to 100 or 0 so you get the acceleration dots, these dots here. Right? And putting it all together is our Revo indicator, which is sort of like it just tells us when everything is basically lined up. So these arrows here aren't correct, but when this crossed above the 15, the trend line crossed above the 15, and we have the acceleration dots, we would take this trade long from here and stay in until the 15 turns yellow or red. So that's it. Pretty easy to understand. It's not very difficult. What you're looking for is everything green or everything red. Now you can trade the LIQUIDITY with orange or lime green. I prefer to trade everything in agreement, everything green or everything red with the acceleration dots, with the 15 below the trend line, with the C2, with nothing in the way, no pivots, no higher time frame support or resistance areas, just this, right? So look, that trade I showed you was 63 ticks per contract on crude oil, right? And we stayed in until the 15 over here in the corner turned yellow and we got out. I have an issue because I sometimes trail my stops a little too close and I get stopped out, but I don't care because, Most of the time I've heard, the move is starting to get a little slow. All right, so what does the software give you? Clear and exact entries by following the rules, clear and exact exits, whether you want to use the change of color of the 15 or you just want to trail them yourself. And we have some templates that have targets that are pre-configured. All right, any questions? If you have any questions, put them in the questions box. All right, and I'll look at them briefly and we'll get to every single one of them. Alrighty, so I'm going to teach you a strategy that the way I trade breakouts with the money flow tracker, and I call it the pull back and go strategy. And this is how we sidestep a tremendous amount of trades. And when I say sidestep, means we don't get filled and the trade goes the other way. So here's the pull back and go. So we have a pivot here. This shaded area is higher time frame support. So we don't trade into any of these, we only trade away from them. All right, so what is the pull back and go? It's a break of the pivot by at least a 3/4 candle, right? Then we get a pullback candle. So once this candle pulls back about halfway to the candle, we place an order to sell on down close. Now, if this, let me get my pen here. All right, so let's say we place our order here, and actually, that's not a good color. It doesn't show up very good. Okay, so we place our order here, right on one tick below this candle, right here, this candle here. I can't really draw with this mouse for some reason. Let me erase these. Okay, so we would place an order. We would click on our execution platform. We place an order on down close. Now, if this would go up, right? If this was a false breakout, then this would go up and we would never get filled. Where most traders have their orders placed here on trading a breakout, we have to wait for a pullback. And do sometimes we miss trades waiting for a pullback? Yeah, we do. But we also sidestep a lot of losing trades by trading this strategy. As a matter of fact, last Friday, we had 6 trades that we sidestepped losing trades that were false breakouts, right? 6 trades. To me, that was a winning day. Even though we didn't make any money, we followed the rules. And when we follow the rules, we have high probability trades. Here's a trade on the Russell. Here's the pullback. You can actually see my orders because I took this trade, right? Here's another trade. Here's a trade on the pullback on crude oil. Breaks the pivot, get the pullback candle, place your order one tick above here. If it goes up, we're in the trade. If it goes down, we're not. But see how we have everything in agreement here? And we have the C2. Okay. Next, here's some trades on the E-mini, the Russell, the Euro, the Australian dollar. Here's a trade that we took on copper. 36 ticks for 450 bucks. Here's 2 trades on the Canadian pullback and go strategies. Okay, pullback and go. Break the pivot, wait for the pullback candle and go. Here's a nice trade on gold. Here's a nice trade on natural gas. Here's a trade that I took. I actually have the video of this, but I'm not going to show it today, but I do have the video. But you could see where I entered the trade. I took my first target here and I exited this trade on the color change, right? So this was like 50 something ticks. Well, we made $530 per account, and I trade 6 accounts. So that was like over $3,000 trade. Here's another trade, another setup. Now this is on the auto trader, but let me see something. This shouldn't be, that's on it. This is on the auto trader, 792 ticks. And that slide is just out of place. Okay, that shouldn't be there. That should be in this section. So I have to fix that. So now I'm going to talk about the auto trader. I love the auto trader. I love trading with it. We only trade it right now on MNQ on a very large bar size, a 24 tick Unirenko bar. All right. So this is a trade the auto trader took for 704 ticks. Now I'm only trading 4 micros. So 4 micros is, you know, a lot of ticks. Here's another trade on the auto trader. Took it here, exited on line change. That's 166 times 4. 665 ticks. Here's another trade on the auto trader. 1,000 ticks. This thing ran down and ran down and ran down all morning. 1,006. 632 ticks. 792 ticks. Here's the equity curve on that auto trader. Right? So it doesn't get caught up in a lot of chop because it has the same rules as the as taking a trade yourself. I'm going to pull over a live chart now on, where is it? So here's MNQ. And we had some really nice trades this week that I wanted to show you, right? So this was, let's see, we only had these. Okay, so this was a trade here. This was basically a break-even trade. But it took it here, and it actually went up about 80 ticks. But we're exiting on the color change, and it exited here, right? So here's another trade later on the same day, on the 17th. Took this trade here, is 55, let's say 56 ticks times 4 is 220 something ticks, let's say. Here's another trade, the same, the next day on the 18th. This was, let's say 100 ticks, right? 98, whatever. Let's say 100 ticks. That's 400 ticks. So this was like 380 tick trade, right? And then we had another trade on the same day in the afternoon for 30, 72, 144 ticks. And these are automatically taken by the auto trader. So those are live charts. Those are trades that we took. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. So the most powerful software and trading methodology is now available to the retail trader, right? So what does trading success mean to you, right? It means financial freedom. It means no financial pressure. You work from home. You have no boss. You have no commute. But you still have to be here and you still have to trade. You know, but you don't have to trade every day. And I'm telling you, when we don't have setups and the markets aren't doing what we need it to be doing, we don't take trades. So how great would it be if you can master trading with the money flow tracker software? And this will achieve financial independence. That's what I've done. That's what a bunch of people in the room now. I have a few guys that have just quit their jobs and they're trading full time now, right? So now you have two choices, right? But before I get into this, let me see here. Irene is asking, the dollar amount that you are showing, winning or losing, are based on using, I trade 6 accounts. That's what it is. So now you have two choices. First, do nothing, continue on your current path. And if you're doing well, then God bless you and keep doing what you're doing. But I would imagine that most of you here are not doing very well trading and are getting chopped up in these markets that have been choppy really for the last month and a half, 2 months. You know, you could see, I showed you earlier how many days we didn't trade because it was just too choppy, right? So you could take action today, join the thousands of traders who work only about 5 hours. It's not really 5 hours a week. It should be more like 5 hours a day from home and have no boss and total financial freedom. So any other questions? Okay. Okay, so Edward's asking, does the money flow tracker retire any particular data feed? No, it just needs a data feed. You just need to have that CME package or the NYMEX package or whatever you have. But, you know, I trade with, you know, a funding company and they supply me the data feed. William's asking, what 5-hour time frame do we trade? Honestly, I start the room at 8 o'clock and usually we're done by 11, sometimes 12. You know, it all depends. I mean, sometimes if we get a good trade earlier, you know, then we go to sim. You know, if we made, I should try to shoot for $1,000 a day. If I take a trade and I make 800, you know what? That's close enough for me. You know, I'm going and trading sim, or I'm just going to switch over to micros. All right. So the benefits and the features. Well, you can see, you saw the charts. It's very easy, very intuitive, very easy to learn. It's perfect for beginners. It's perfect for any account size. You can trade futures, forex, stocks, and options with it. So it has, sorry, you know, it's very diverse. Okay, so when I showed you the slide in the beginning, so for the first 10 traders who come aboard and you'll get the powerful additions of the software and more. So the first thing you'll get is the market scanner. And I have the market scanner open. So this is what the market scanner looks like. It's not exactly like this because I added a couple things here. So I wanted to know the ATR for the day. I wanted to know the data. But see, like certain markets, like CL, we trade the 2510 bar. So we're looking at CL to be the buy or sell under the 2510 column. ES, we traded 248. So we would want to have a buy or sell in this column, and so on. RTY, we trade the 41020, the same as YM. Right? So we already have all the bar sizes. We know what, you know, templates and everything will give you the bar sizes. All right. So this I use every day. This is really helpful. The second thing, which is our execution platform, which is our execution. So when I say buy on down close or sell on down close, buy on up close, I'm clicking on these buttons and it places the order one tick above the candle. Okay, and then I also use, a lot of times I'll use close on down close or close on up close. Let's say we get in a trade and the candle reverses on us. Well, from a study that I did, I know that once I get a reversal candle, I'm going to get 2 or 3 or 4 candles going in the opposite direction. So why would I want to take a full stop when I could take a smaller stop and close the trade if the candle goes the other way? So I use this a lot. I use this every day, as a matter of fact. The next thing you'll get is the Masterclass series, which these are very good series on futures, forex, stocks, and options. And there was this Dr. Allen, and he did a study and he reviewed more than 225 trading websites and evaluated them using several factors, including their transparency, proven track record, and the likelihood of them assisting traders with educational materials. And Right Line Trading came out on top because we do everything we can to help our traders be successful. When you're successful, we're successful. And I really like when people are successful in my room and they put in their results in the chat, what they've done for the day. So, you know, it makes me feel good that I've helped change people's lives. All right. So here's the offer. I know this is what y'all been waiting for. So right now we're giving a $500 discount So you can get everything I showed you, okay, for $11.97 a year. So it's basically $100 a month. $100 a month. Or if you want to do monthly, you could do $299. But here are the bonuses for the first 10 that ordered today. And as a matter of fact, let me see. Where is, is this it? So I am going to put in the questions box, the link to everybody, and I'll send it to everybody. Okay, so this is what you get. You get the money flow tracker, automated trading strategy included. You get the NDT execution platform included. You get the market scanner that I showed you included. You get a month in my trading room included, and you get the software and coaching support is also included. So the coaching you get from me, the software support you get from Rightline, from Sergio. All right. So if you look at this and you figure it's $140 some a month for the trading room, you're basically paying $1,000 for the whole year, not even $90 a month. We lose a lot more than that on one trade. So, you know, this is really an unbelievable deal, you know, and I don't know how much longer they're going to do this for, but, you know, I paid a lot more than this. So anyways, so if you decide to purchase, you know, I will, this is my commitment to you if you decide to purchase and come into my room. So if you purchase the software, it's to help you become a successful trader. Remember, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. If you're not successful, it's not your fault. Did I say that twice? If you're not successful, it's not your fault. I said it 3 times. It's just you're not trading with the right tools to be successful. You're trading with the same old things that every other retail trader out there is trading with and being frustrated and losing money one day, making money one day, spinning your wheels. That was me a while ago, a long time ago. That was me. Make 500 one day, lose 400 the next day. Make 300 one day, lose 500 the next day. I wasn't consistent, you know, but I was making money, but I just wasn't consistent. So if you're not successful, it's not your fault. It's just you're not using the right tools. So the money flow tracker is totally unique and will give you the edge to trade with institutional order flow, which is the key, trading with the institutional order flow. So my commitment to you is to teach you not just about how to read the setups. That's not the most important part. The most important part is to help you develop the mental mindset you must have in order to trade successfully and achieve financial independence. Okay? And this is the thing that most people don't spend enough time on. Right? You can read the setups. You know, if the setups are there, you got to take the trade. You know, like Mark Douglas says, you know what? Every trade is random, but with your edge, it becomes more, the odds become more in your favor. Right? So how many, let's see, let me type to where here something. Okay, so I want to find out how many we have left. So he says that we have 4 copies left. Right? So if you put your name and your phone number, so let me ask him something real quick. Okay. He said that if you put your name and your phone number in the questions box, okay, we will honor the price for everybody. Okay. So look, it's a well-known fact that 95 to 98% of day traders and swing traders are losing money. And this is retail trading, people. This is retail traders, but not our traders. Our traders, day traders, are swing traders and are making money. Why? Because when you throw your money down the toilet, being a retail trader, who's picking it out and taking the money on the other side? The institutional traders. So why are our traders making money and most traders are not? Because we trade with institutional money flow, right? If you're not trading with the institutions, then you're really spinning your wheels, because all they're doing is taking your money. That's all they're doing. False breakouts, we have a cure for that. Does it work every time? No. I'm not going to tell you that every trade you take according to the rules is going to work. I won't do that. Why won't I do that? Because it's been done to me for many, many, many years. A lot of BS, a lot of crap out there. Believe it or not, there is a lot of crap out there that doesn't work, right? I trade with this software every day, right? So here's the offer again. So, all right, Gary, thanks for putting your number in. There's a couple questions here. So Lanny's asking, why do you not use the dominator system with the money flow tracker system? Sometimes I do. On my charts, I do have the, we call it the AI system now. It's more built on the same stuff, but has artificial intelligence in it. So I do have it on my trading charts. And I use it as a confirmation because, you know what, I've been trading with the money flow tracker software so long that I hate adding stuff to it. You know, if it works, leave it alone. Let it keep doing it. So let's see. Another question is, for those profits you put up, those figures are based on 6 accounts. No, I'm trading 2 contracts per account. All right. So let's see. I was in the trade room that only trade. Oh, that's not my trade room. They only trade ES and NQ. I don't do that. We trade CL, we trade gold, we trade ES, we trade RTY. We've been trading YM, but it really hasn't been moving a lot. So RTY has been moving more. So we're going to probably switch out YM for RTY. So we trade ES, RTY, gold, CL, NQ, and MNQ trades on the auto trader. And we're actually looking to go back to trading some bonds because bonds have had awesome. You want to see bonds on this? Okay, let me see what time. Okay, so I have a few minutes. I'll show you. So how easy it is to load up a chart. So look, I'm going to put this on ZB, and I know ZB we've traded on a 1, 3, 5 bar. All right, I'll just change days, and we'll make this 5 days. And then all I have to do, once I have my data series set up, I just go over here to ZB, okay? And where's the chart? Did I close it by mistake? No. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't click OK. Okay, so here, ZB has actually been pretty good lately. So I'm gonna load up this chart really quick on ZB. Okay. Look at this trade on ZB. This indicator is something that I use. I take this off. So here's the C2, here's the acceleration dots, here's everything red below. We're below the blue line, which is the VWAP. So we trade short above the VWAP. We trade long above the VWAP, short below the VWAP. This one trade just on bonds, right? One tick below here, right? You stay in till the line changes color, all the way down to here, right? 17 ticks. Well, you might say, well, that's not really a lot of ticks. Well, 17 times 31 and a quarter, $530 on that one trade. I've been trading 6 accounts. That's over 3,000, almost $3,300 on this one little trade that started at 818 and ended at 956. Right? Here's another trade on. Here's another trade. Now this doesn't qualify here because the trend line is above the 15. This qualifies here. So here's a perfect example of a pullback and go that we sidestepped, that you would sidestep, right? So you would get a, put this line. So you would get right here, this would have been a 3/4 candle break. Let me do an arrow, make it easy. So here's the 3/4 candle break right here, right? So here's the pullback candle. So we would, when we saw the break of the pivot, we would place our order on the pullback candle right below here, right about there. Right? This candle closed up, order got canceled. Then we have this little red rectangle here. This is a continuation trade. But you see that, you know, I would wait and wouldn't take the continuation trade here because I don't have the short-term quant in agreement. So this would have been a trade that we would have sidestepped the losing trade, but most people would have taken this trade and lost on this trade, right? That's ZB. And you know, you don't get trades on ZB every day, but when ZB starts moving, you know, this isn't a trade here. This isn't a trade here because we don't have the C2, and then we have a flat trend line, so we don't take a trade. So let me get this out of the way. So again, for $11.97 a year, which is normally $16.97 or $2.99 a month, whatever you choose, you'll get the auto trader, you'll get the trading execution platform, you'll get the market scanner, you get a month free in my room, and you get all the training and software instructions that you need. So again, if you're interested, go ahead and put your name and your phone number in the chat. We will not call you but one time. All right? Unless, you know, we can't get a hold of somebody, whatever. We don't badger people. We don't really need to badger people. You know, this is a great opportunity to stop looking for the next shiny object. Because a lot of times that's what's happening. People get into choppy market conditions. All of a sudden their methodology is not working. They're losing money. The system sucks. The training's terrible. Blah, 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 blah. And then boom, they're looking for the next system. It doesn't work that way. You gotta, that cycle has to stop. And for me, it stopped right here about 3 years ago. So let's see, I was in a trade, okay. What is the difference between the AI auto trader and the money flow tracker? They look very similar, but you know what? It's like I said, I've been trading with the money flow tracker so long, and I'm doing well that why do I need to look for anything else? I mean, do we have periods where we have, you know, have days where we have losing days? Yeah. I mean, look, it's just part of it. Nobody is 100%. Nobody is whatever, but we're running pretty much a 70% win rate, right? So I'm going to show you one quick person here. So this woman here, she came to Right Line Trading with Mark, and Mark taught her everything that she needed to know. She didn't know anything about trading. She didn't know what a tick was. She didn't know what an ES was. She didn't know anything. She didn't know what Ninja Trader was. So Mark said, I'm going to help you. I'm going to take you under my wing. And now she's a 6-figure-a-year trader. And she doesn't trade every day either. Okay? So it's very simple to learn. I mean, there's probably 20 testimonials on here from people. I'm not going to show them all, right? But here are some other written emails that we've gotten from people. Again, if you're interested in the software, put your phone number in, put your name and your phone number in, and we'll honor the price. we're honored this deal, and this is a great deal. It's less than $100 a month. Really, I mean, it's how many traders have lost hundreds of dollars a day trading? You know, people lose a ton of money trading. Oh, I see a friend of mine in here. Anyways, people lose a lot of money trading, right? But we don't lose that much money when we're trading. So, the thing is that for $100 a month, basically $25 a week, you could be doing this kind of stuff with us every day. You could be doing, here's March, here's April. Look, days that we didn't trade. Here's January. Okay, we had 4 days in January we didn't trade. But look at some of our winning days. I'll show you here. It's easier to see. Performance by day. Right? Look at it. Look at how winning days. Look at some of our winning days. This was one day, 2,400. One day, 1,600, 1,800, 2,200, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. This is where I shoot for 1,000 a day. Right? But look at our losing days. A little over 500, a little over 600. But all these blank spaces are days we didn't trade. This was a really bad losing day. I don't know what happened, but anyways, but then we came right back and killed it the next week. We traded 3 out of 5 days, and we had 867, 1,800, 1,600, and then Friday we lost 270. So, it's very, you could be doing this kind of stuff every day with us. I mean, here's January, here's February. I mean, look at some of these days, 1,400, 200, 390, 1,000, and these are my trades, right? Here's April, here's May. Monday was choppy. We only lost 240 bucks. But look what we did the next 4 days. So, if you want to be able, the trading room after 30 days, I believe that it's 147 a month, something like that. I'm not really 100% sure. You know what? I'm not interested in what some things cost. I'm interested in people making money. I'm interested in my traders making money. I just love it when they're doing well, because it reflects on me that I've taught them how to use the software, and they're doing it and they're following the rules. And I don't know how many times Friday people were sending me messages in the questions box telling me that they really appreciate how I've taught them how to be patient and disciplined and wait for the trades. And why did they learn that? Because they see me doing it. Look, it's no fun to sit in front of the screens and not take any trades and just watch the markets go up and down, up and down, up and down. That's not a fun day, you know what I mean? But it's like the old saying, I'd rather not be in a trade wishing I was than be in a trade wishing I wasn't. So again, thanks, John, for putting your number in, Gary for putting your number in. No, it's not that much money, Gary. So it's not $249 a month. So that's wrong. So anyways, for the $11.97, you'll get the automated trading strategy that we use for MNQ. You'll get the execution platform, which we call the NDT, the market scanner, a month in the room, the tutorial videos, and the installation software. Alrighty, so let me go back here. Any other questions? No? All right, so, all right. All right, so James wrote, James from Australia, good day, mate. Another great presentation, David. It's great to listen to someone who walks the talk. And Gary said, thank you, Gary. Gary appreciates my time. Look, you know what? I do this because I love trading. I really love trading. I basically eat, breathe, and don't sleep trading. You know, if I could trade early in the morning and into late in the afternoon, I would, but I just can't do that. It's just too much, kills your body. But, you know, again, if you're interested, put your name and your phone number in the chat box, and Jacob will call you. Jacob is another person at Right Line. He'll call you if you have any questions. You know, he'll go ahead and answer your question. If you want to make your purchase, go ahead and, you know, you can do it from that link that I gave you. But, you know, I would suggest if you're interested, here's the link, right? Here's the link to purchase. Or you can also call Right Line at 486-732-4656. All right, everyone, have a great day. Hope to see you in the trading room with us. Can I see the system in about, got tied up with this recorded, so I can see system and also. Yes, it is being recorded. Greg, do you want to have Jacob to give you a call if you have any questions or anything like that? We can do that. Yeah, okay. So, all right, so everybody that put their name in, we will honor the price that we gave you, that we have here, 197 for the year. So, like I said, it's only $100 a month. Not actually, with the free month in the trade room, it actually less than $100 a month. So, is it worth it to you to even give it a try? You know what I mean? Hey, look, some people do $2.99. They want to try it. You know what I mean? And then they end up purchasing the year. So either way. All right, everybody, have a great day. Have a good weekend. And I hope to see you in my trading room. Take care. And thank you again. I hope you learned a lot from what I showed you. And we are going to end the webinar now. All righty? All right, bye-bye. God bless and have a good day. Take care.